Today I want to talk to you about something that so many of us struggle with in life: loneliness. It's something that can feel uncomfortable, isolating, and even overwhelming at times. But today I'm here to remind you that loneliness is not something to be afraid of. In fact, loneliness can be one of the most powerful forces in your life if you choose to embrace it. You see, when we talk about loneliness, we often think of it as a negative emotion. It can make us feel like we are missing something or that we aren't enough. But what if I told you that loneliness in its purest form is simply a moment of self-reflection, a time to connect with the deepest part of yourself? When we are alone, we create space to grow, to discover, and to reflect. It's in these quiet moments that we can align ourselves with our purpose and our goals. Loneliness is something that many of us try to avoid, something that carries a heavy stigma. We often associate loneliness with sadness or a sense of emptiness, believing that it's something to be feared or even ashamed of. But what if I told you that loneliness is not a negative emotion at all? What if we could shift our perspective and see it for what it truly is, a powerful tool for self-reflection and personal growth? Loneliness, when embraced, can become a space for clarity, a moment when we can reconnect with ourselves and our purpose. It's easy to get lost in the noise of life, the constant chatter of others, the distractions of social media, and the pressures of living up to other people's expectations. But when we're alone, we are free from all those external influences. It's in these quiet moments of solitude that we are given the opportunity to hear our own thoughts, to truly listen to our hearts and minds. When we find ourselves alone, it's a time to reflect on where we've been and where we're going. It's an opportunity to ask ourselves tough questions about our desires, our goals, and our values. In the solitude of our own company, we can break free from the influence of others and gain a better understanding of who we truly are. This is the space where we can reconnect with our passions and what drives us forward in life. Loneliness, in this sense, is not something to avoid. It's an invitation to look inward, to realign ourselves with our purpose. Far too often, we believe that we need others around us to feel validated, to feel like we're on the right track. But your journey is personal. The goals you set for yourself are yours and yours alone. They don't need to be approved by anyone else. Loneliness creates a sacred space where you can focus on your dreams without the distractions of external voices. In this quiet space, you can ask yourself, what do I truly want? What is it that I desire for my life? This kind of deep reflection allows you to answer those questions with clarity and confidence, knowing that your path is yours to walk and your goals are yours to achieve. When you're alone, you are in complete control of your time and your energy. There's no one to compare yourself to, no one to tell you that you should be doing something differently or faster. You are free to take the time you need to discover your true desires and to work toward your goals at your own pace. Loneliness gives you the freedom to slow down and focus on what matters most to you. It's not a time to be afraid or to feel incomplete. It's a time to honor your own growth and the direction you are choosing to go in. Loneliness also teaches us resilience. It can be uncomfortable at first, but it helps build emotional strength. When we face loneliness head on, we learn to embrace the discomfort and turn it into something empowering. It's in those quiet moments when we are forced to face ourselves and our emotions that we grow the most. Instead of running from loneliness, we learn to lean into it, to use it as a time of transformation and healing. By not being afraid of loneliness, we allow ourselves to become more self-sufficient. We realize that we do not need others to define our worth or our path. Loneliness helps us build the self-confidence to move forward in life without waiting for permission from others. It empowers us to make decisions that align with our true values, even when those decisions may be misunderstood or unsupported by others. So, my friends, I encourage you to embrace loneliness when it comes into your life. See it as a gift, not a curse. Don't be afraid of those quiet moments of solitude. Use them to reconnect with yourself and your purpose. Use them to reflect on your goals and dreams and to ensure that you are on the path that feels right for you. Your journey is personal, and you don't need anyone else's approval to move forward with confidence. Loneliness, when embraced, is not something to fear. It's an invitation to discover the true power that lies within you. Keep walking your path, knowing that the best version of you is being shaped in these moments of solitude. Your goals are deeply personal. They are not something to be shared with everyone, nor are they meant to be defined by anyone other than yourself. In a world that constantly pushes us to measure success by external standards, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that your achievements should be compared to others. But the truth is, your journey is unique, and the goals you set for yourself are a reflection of your inner desires and aspirations, not the expectations of others. When you are alone, you have the opportunity to connect with your true self, free from the noise and distractions that often come with other people's opinions. In moments of solitude, you can reflect deeply on what you truly want in life, not what others think you should want. Your goals should align with your passions, your values, and your dreams. They are personal to you and are a part of the story that only you can write. There's power in understanding that your goals are yours to pursue. When you're alone, you don't have to worry about meeting someone else's expectations or following the path that others have set for you. Instead, you can focus on what you want to create in your life, on the things that light a fire within you. In these moments of solitude, your inner voice is free to speak without interruption. You can ask yourself, what do I truly want? What will bring me fulfillment? And as you listen, you begin to realize that the journey ahead is yours to define, not anyone else's. The beauty of having personal goals is that they give you the freedom to choose your own path. No one can tell you what success looks like for you because it is uniquely yours. In times of loneliness, you can begin to refine your goals, not based on what the world values, but on what truly brings you joy and meaning. When you are not trying to live up to others' expectations, you are free to live authentically, pursuing the goals that resonate with your soul. Sometimes loneliness is the perfect space for this kind of self-reflection. When we are alone, we can be honest with ourselves in a way that may not always be possible in the presence of others. We may feel more vulnerable, but we also feel more empowered to be real with who we are and what we want. It's in those quiet, reflective moments that we can identify what truly matters and set our sights on achieving it. The world may try to impose a timeline on you, telling you that you should have certain things by a certain age or that your life should follow a particular trajectory. But the truth is, your goals don't need to match anyone else's expectations. Your success is not a race. It's a deeply personal journey, and it's okay to take your time. When you embrace the idea that your goals are personal, you free yourself from comparison and judgment. You don't need to measure your progress against anyone else's milestones. Your goals are valid, and you are moving at the pace that's right for you. And in those moments when loneliness creeps in, remind yourself that it's not a sign of failure or being left behind. It's a sign of opportunity. It's a chance to hone in on what matters most to you, to sharpen your vision, and to make decisions that serve your future. As you work toward your goals, don't be afraid to walk alone. Embrace the solitude, knowing that it's helping you clarify what you want and what you're capable of achieving. The path may not always be easy, and you may face moments of doubt, but when you remember that your goals are personal, you will find the strength to keep moving forward, regardless of what others may think or say. In the end, the most fulfilling achievements are the ones that are aligned with who we are at our core. Your goals are a reflection of your heart's desires, and no one else can dictate what those should be. So embrace your personal journey, trust your path, and know that your goals are yours to shape, pursue, and achieve. Solitude is often viewed with fear or discomfort. We live in a world that glorifies constant connection and external validation, where being alone can feel like a sign of weakness or failure. But I want to encourage you today to shift that perspective and recognize that there is incredible strength in solitude. In moments of being alone, we are given the chance to connect deeply with ourselves, to reflect on our dreams, and to gain clarity about our goals. It is in solitude that we often find the truest version of ourselves, free from the noise and influence of others. When you're alone, you have the rare opportunity to focus solely on yourself and your aspirations. The world may demand your attention, but in these moments of solitude, you can turn inward and ask yourself what you truly want from life. Your goals and dreams are unique to you. They are not shaped by others' expectations, and they are not meant to be compared to anyone else's. Solitude allows you to reconnect with your inner voice and clarify your purpose. When you are alone, you can hear that voice more clearly without being drowned out by the opinions and expectations of others. Strength in solitude comes from the fact that you can learn to rely on yourself. In times of loneliness, you are forced to face your thoughts and emotions. There is no one around to distract you or fill the silence. It's just you, your mind, and your heart. While that may feel uncomfortable at times, it's in this space that we truly grow. We become stronger by learning how to sit with our discomfort, to process our feelings, and to trust ourselves. It's easy to seek distractions when we're surrounded by people, but when we're alone, we have no choice but to face ourselves. And in facing ourselves, we build resilience. Solitude also gives us the freedom to move at our own pace. There is no one pushing us forward or holding us back. We can take our time to explore our goals, reevaluate our progress, and adjust our path as necessary. The pressure to follow someone else's timeline fades when we learn to embrace solitude. We realize that our journey is personal and unique. The only person we need to compare ourselves to is the person we were yesterday. And the beauty of solitude is that it allows us to move through life without worrying about what others are doing or when they're doing it. We're free to pursue our own goals on our own terms in our own time. Moreover, strength in solitude is rooted in self-discovery. When we're alone, we have the space to explore who we really are and what we truly want. It's a chance to shed the layers of expectations, to let go of the roles we play for others, and to reveal our authentic selves. Many times, we don't know what we're truly capable of until we face moments of solitude. We begin to uncover strengths we never knew we had, and we tap into a deeper well of determination. In solitude, we can ask ourselves the difficult questions: what do I really want? What do I need to let go of? How can I move forward? The answers to these questions often come in the quiet of being alone. Being alone doesn't mean being lonely. Instead, it means creating space for your personal growth and well-being. It's in this space that we learn to rely on our own abilities, to trust our instincts, and to take ownership of our lives. While others may seek constant companionship or validation, those who embrace solitude develop a sense of independence that empowers them to take bold steps toward their goals. So when you find yourself alone, don't be afraid, embrace it. See it for what it truly is, a powerful tool for personal growth and self-discovery. Know that your goals are personal, and that solitude is the time you need to clarify them, refine them, and take action toward them. The strength you gain in solitude is not just about being alone, it's about becoming the person you are meant to be, free from the influence of others and true to your own dreams and desires. Remember, it is in solitude that we truly find our strength. It is in being alone that we learn to rely on ourselves, to trust our path, and to move forward with purpose and confidence. The greatest achievements are often born from moments of solitude. And it is in these quiet times that we discover the strength to make our dreams a reality. In a world that often glorifies constant interaction and connection, the idea of being alone can feel unsettling. We've been conditioned to believe that loneliness is something to be avoided, that it's a sign of weakness or something to fear. But I want to challenge that belief. Embrace the power of being alone, for in those moments of solitude, there is incredible potential for growth, self-discovery, and clarity. Being alone doesn't mean you're missing out on something. It means you're taking the time to focus on your own journey, to reflect, and to truly understand what it is that you want in life. When you're alone, you're given the gift of time. Time to think, time to process, time to create. In the solitude, you can step away from the distractions of the world and focus on the most important thing, you. When you embrace being alone, you gain the space to reconnect with your heart's desires. This is when you can reflect on your goals and your purpose. These are the moments when you can really ask yourself, what do I want from life? What am I passionate about? What is my next step? These answers may not always be clear at first, but they will start to come into focus when you allow yourself the time to listen to your inner voice. It is in solitude that many people discover their true purpose. When there are no outside voices telling you who you should be or what you should do, you are free to follow your own path. Your goals, your dreams, they are yours and yours alone. The power of being alone is that it allows you to reflect on these things, free from the distractions of societal expectations or the judgments of others. You have the freedom to define success on your own terms. The world may want you to live according to certain standards, but in the silence of solitude, you can reject those external pressures and discover what success truly means to you. Being alone also teaches you to rely on yourself. It's easy to become dependent on the validation and approval of others, but when you're by yourself, you have no choice but to build confidence from within. The ability to trust your own judgment, to make decisions without seeking constant external approval, that's where true strength lies. You begin to trust yourself more, and over time, you realize that you don't need others to validate your choices or your dreams. You are capable of standing tall, of moving forward with determination, and of achieving your goals on your own. The beauty of embracing being alone is that it provides you with the opportunity for personal growth. When you're not constantly seeking the company or approval of others, you're free to focus on developing your own strengths. You can challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone, to take risks, and to pursue goals that align with your true desires. The time you spend alone is time you spend on becoming the best version of yourself. You can work on your skills, improve your mindset, and take steps toward achieving your personal and professional goals. Being alone also gives you the space to heal. We all face challenges, setbacks, and heartbreaks. When we're constantly surrounded by others, it can be hard to process our emotions or to truly reflect on the lessons that we need to learn. Solitude offers us the time to heal from past wounds, to process our pain, and to come out stronger on the other side. In moments of solitude, we can work through our emotions and come to peace with the experiences that have shaped us. We learn that healing is a personal journey, and it requires the quiet space to reflect, release, and move forward. Don't be afraid of being alone. Embrace it as a powerful tool for your personal growth and development. Your goals are personal, and you need time to connect with them, to refine them, and to work toward them. Being alone gives you the clarity to determine what you really want and the space to pursue it without distractions. You don't need to seek constant validation from others or worry about what anyone else thinks of your journey. Trust in your own path and know that you are capable of achieving all that you set your mind to. Remember, being alone doesn't mean you're lonely. It means you're investing in yourself, in your growth, and in your future. It is in those quiet moments when you embrace the power of being alone that you will find the strength to move forward with confidence and purpose. The world may not understand it, but you know that the most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. So don't be afraid of loneliness. See it as a gift, a chance to reconnect with your true self, and an opportunity to become the person you are destined to be. Your goals are personal, and they are waiting for you to embrace the power of solitude and make them a reality. There's a common misconception that loneliness is a sign of being lost or incomplete. Society often tells us that if we are alone, we are somehow missing out or doing something wrong. But I want you to understand something powerful today. Loneliness is not a curse, it's a tool for self-discovery. You are your own best guide, And the moments of solitude you experience can serve as a guidepost for the path you're meant to walk. In fact, the key to personal growth, strength, and success lies within you. You don't need to look to others to define who you are or what your goals should be. Your own inner wisdom is all you need. When you're alone, you have the rare opportunity to listen deeply to your own thoughts and desires. Without the constant noise of outside influences, the distractions of other people's expectations, and the pressure of societal standards, you can turn inward and really focus on your true self. The quiet space that loneliness provides is an invitation to get in touch with your authentic thoughts, your real desires, and your inner voice. In that space, you can discover what truly matters to you, your passions, your dreams, and your purpose. This is your moment to hear your heart speak and to understand what it is that you want to achieve in life. When you're constantly surrounded by others, it's easy to lose track of your own goals. You can become so consumed with what others think or what others want for you that you forget to ask yourself what you truly want. Loneliness gives you the chance to break free from these external pressures and focus solely on your own path. In those moments of solitude, you realize that your goals are personal. They are yours to define, pursue, and achieve. No one else's opinion should have more weight than your own when it comes to your dreams. You are the only person who can truly know what's best for you and what will bring you fulfillment. Sometimes the world tries to tell us that we need the approval of others to succeed or to feel worthy. We're taught to look to others for validation. But the truth is, you don't need anyone else's permission to follow your dreams. Your goals are unique to you, and only you can guide yourself toward them. When you embrace your own inner wisdom, you'll find that you already have everything you need to succeed. You are your own best guide, and that means you don't need to wait for someone else to show you the way. Your intuition, your experiences, and your heart's desires are all the map you need to navigate life's journey. Being alone doesn't mean you are lost. It means you have the space to find your true direction. When you stop seeking external validation and start listening to your own instincts, you'll gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your purpose. It's in those moments of solitude that you can build the self-confidence necessary to pursue your goals without fear of judgment. You'll realize that the power to shape your future lies within you, and it is in those quiet moments of self-reflection that you'll find the clarity you need to move forward. Being your own best guide means trusting yourself. It means knowing that you are capable of making the right decisions for your life, even when others may not understand them. Trusting yourself gives you the strength to take risks, to step outside your comfort zone, and to chase after your dreams. You don't need the approval of others to know that you are worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment. All you need is the belief that you have everything inside you to create the life you want. Loneliness also teaches resilience. The more time you spend alone, the more you learn how to overcome challenges and difficulties on your own. You don't have to rely on others to get through tough times. In fact, it's often in solitude that we develop the strength and determination to push through adversity. The obstacles you face in moments of loneliness are not signs that you are weak, they are opportunities for growth. Each challenge you face alone is an opportunity to prove to yourself how capable you truly are. The power of being alone is that it forces you to become your own best guide. It teaches you to trust your instincts, to listen to your inner voice, and to pursue your goals with confidence and determination. When you stop looking to others for answers and start trusting yourself, you will realize just how strong, capable, and resourceful you truly are. You are the expert on your own life, and you are the one who holds the keys to your future. So don't be afraid of loneliness. Embrace it, because in those moments of solitude, you will find the clarity, the strength, and the wisdom you need to move forward and achieve your goals. Trust yourself, because you are your own best guide. In a world that's constantly moving, where we are often surrounded by noise and distractions, the concept of spending time alone can be unsettling. Many people fear loneliness because they equate it with emptiness or lack of connection. But what if I told you that loneliness isn't something to fear, but something to embrace? What if I told you that the quiet moments, the times when you find yourself alone, are actually some of the most powerful opportunities for growth? Personal growth requires time alone. It is in those moments of solitude that you are able to reflect, learn, and become the person you are meant to be. When you're alone, you are free from external influences. In a society that often tells you who to be, what to do, and how to live, it can be difficult to hear your own voice. The constant chatter of social media, the opinions of others, and the hustle of daily life can drown out your own thoughts. But when you are alone, you have the opportunity to tune out the noise and focus solely on yourself. It's in these moments of solitude that you can reconnect with your heart and mind. You can ask yourself the difficult questions: what do I want in life? What am I passionate about? What is truly important to me? Without distractions, you are free to discover your true desires and aspirations. Solitude also offers a chance for self-reflection. When was the last time you truly spent time thinking about your own life, your goals, and your purpose? Often we're so busy running from one task to the next, meeting deadlines or fulfilling the needs of others, that we forget to reflect on where we are and where we want to go. Time alone gives you the space to evaluate your progress, to look at the choices you've made, and to consider the direction you're heading in. You can assess what's working and what's not, what brings you joy and what drains you. This self-reflection is crucial to personal growth because it helps you make informed decisions about how to move forward. When you take time to be alone, you also develop the ability to rely on yourself. In today's world, we often seek validation or approval from others before making decisions or taking action. But true personal growth comes when you can trust your own instincts and judgment. Being alone teaches you to become more self-reliant. You begin to trust that you have the wisdom and strength within you to make the right choices for your life. You stop waiting for others to tell you what to do or how to live. You take ownership of your own journey. The process of personal growth isn't always easy. It requires facing uncomfortable truths, dealing with past wounds, and pushing through difficult challenges. These moments of discomfort often arise when you're alone with your thoughts. But it's in these moments that growth happens. When you're alone, you are not distracted by the needs of others, and you can focus on your own healing and transformation. This is when you can truly confront your fears, insecurities, and doubts and work through them. You are able to identify the areas in your life that need healing and attention, and you can take proactive steps to move forward. In addition to healing, time alone allows you to build resilience. Life isn't always easy. You will face setbacks, disappointments, and challenges, but when you are alone, you learn how to deal with adversity. You become more resilient because you realize that you have the inner strength to face difficult situations without relying on others. It is in these quiet moments of solitude that you develop the mental and emotional toughness needed to overcome obstacles and keep moving forward. Another powerful benefit of being alone is that it helps you focus on your goals. Personal growth is a journey, and goals are the roadmap to getting there. But when you're constantly surrounded by people, distractions, and external pressures, it can be hard to stay focused on your own aspirations. Time alone gives you the opportunity to realign with your goals, to refine them, and to take intentional action toward achieving them. It is in the solitude that you gain clarity and motivation to pursue what matters most to you. Being alone also fosters creativity and innovation. When you have time to think without interruption, you can tap into your creative potential. Many of the world's greatest ideas and breakthroughs have come from moments of solitude and reflection. Whether it's writing a book, starting a business, or coming up with new ideas for your career, time alone gives you the space to think outside the box and come up with solutions that you may not have considered when distracted by others. Personal growth requires time alone because it's during those moments that you truly learn who you are You discover your passions, face your fears, build your resilience, and take intentional steps toward your goals. Solitude is not something to avoid, it's an essential part of the journey. So don't be afraid of loneliness. Embrace it as an opportunity to grow, to reflect, and to become the best version of yourself. The person you are meant to be is waiting for you to take that time to reconnect with yourself. In solitude, you will find the clarity, strength, and wisdom to move forward with confidence and purpose.